Hi, today I'm going to speak about your mind. I've run a course and generally underpinning most of my services, life coaching, NLP, which is the science of mind and behaviour and communication, and hypnosis, as well as counselling as well, because your mind influences everything about you, certainly your feelings, your behaviour, because your thoughts dictate those, or change one of the other's feelings or behaviour, and that can also change your mind as well. And one of my key phrases in business is change your mind, change your life, because it actually really and does do that. So the mind is very powerful. Now, the unconscious mind that manages your bodily functions, your breathing, your heart rate, your digestion. It also manages the survival instincts and your defense mechanisms, and it will and often does override anything else that you might choose to do or wish to do or expect to do if the need arises. Your unconscious mind is on alert 24/7, never ever stops. That's why you wake up in the night and you hear an unusual noise or something else, or perhaps feel something a bit weird or uncomfortable. And it's on alert all the time while you're out and about, monitoring what's going on, listening for sounds, vibrations, concerns, what it might see from the corner of your eye, all those sort of things. And if it perceives even a possible threat, it will prepare you for the fight or flight response. There is no third option. You run or you fight. If you can't run away, which is our first natural instinct, from any threat, then you will fight until you can. And those come in different forms. But it will win, and it will save you often. If you've ever crossed the road and missed being hit by a car by a second, that's your fight or flight in action. Very necessary, very powerful, and it does work with you. So your hopes, your dreams, your beliefs, your values, as well as your practical health and well-being, will be taken care of and will be a threat if someone else challenges them or they're not met, and the fight or flight will kick in. So your heartbeat will increase, pumping blood around your body, your arms and legs, hands and feet, so you can stand and fight or you can run away. Your breathing will get very shallow, much quicker, taking in more oxygen. Your body turns to energy to run away or fight. It slows your stomach down in your digestion, so it won't stop you being distracted by hunger. And then when you get hungry again, when things calm down, you might be ravenous or overeating or not eating. And you might have a churning stomach. You might feel or be sick. You might need the toilet very suddenly or more often because it will expel anything undigested, so you're not wasting energy digesting food when you would be eaten by a saber-toothed tiger or slapped by a caveman with a club, which is where those instincts first arose and were necessary. And that's what happens now when your back, your neck, your shoulder muscles get very tense so that you can run away and fight. And they're the only two options: to freeze maybe a few seconds till your brain decides which is the best, or to stay very still until the threat moves away a little bit, and then you can escape. Seeing this happen in real life. These are very powerful things. Your unconscious mind holds everything from conception or birth until today, whether you realize it or not. And that's why I'm working with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, to sort you create the words you use, create the habits and the behaviours that you form for good or bad reasons that work or don't work anymore. And again, NLP hypnosis works with that unconscious mind to delve deeply into it, to find out where the problems might be, and sometimes prepare them to change that mindset and things like that. And it works in life coaching, because how you manage your mind, your beliefs, your expectations, you will or won't achieve what you want to do, you will or won't take those steps. And again, self-esteem, confidence are often a mindset and a learned behaviour rather than anything else. It's not the way we're born. We're all born very naturally confident, demanding, and expecting. When the baby cries to get its to be changed, fed, loved, cared for, protected, it's a very demanding little thing. You know, the kid. And those sort of things will be very powerful within you. But you can learn to consciously, with that conscious decision-making part of your mind, your brain, to manage those. So with the fight or flight, for example, you will honour that feeling because you can't change it, you can't control it, you can't stop it. But you can learn to trick your mind into thinking, running away and fighting by standing up, walking around, waving your hands in the air, doing exercise, going to the toilet, making a drink, getting a drink of water. So it could be a walk around the garden, it could be going to the gym, but you have to do it in the moment. It could be standing up, doing a couple of side jumps, sat down, changing position, lifting things up, moving files around. Anything that uses your arms and legs will trick your mind into thinking, running away and fighting. And realistically, your mind doesn't mind which one you do as long as you do one. Because big or small, whatever the threat is, your brain will think it's a saber-toothed tiger about to eat within 3 seconds flat. That's the end of it. So it will catastrophize things, it will exaggerate things, it will push you beyond comfort. When it builds and builds and builds and builds, it doesn't just stop at a certain level. Fine, it's been scientifically proven is a way that our body cleanses itself of those chemicals and hormones that cause those reactions. So there are different chemicals in our tears when we cry for different reasons. So a very powerful tool, powerful organ that we've got. And we've lost touch with it, really. We don't have elders to teach us things. People don't talk about it as much. We rely more on the media, the news, Facebook and all those social media systems that tell us what we should and shouldn't do or how we should behave. When we've lost trust in our natural self, our gut feelings, our instincts, and those behaviours that work well for us. Going back to that natural state will help you to manage yourself much better. So managing your mind, you can manage stress, anxiety, overthinking with practice. You can change your mind. If you've learned a behaviour, you can unlearn it or relearn a better one. And you can understand what's going for you. That's where you'll set your goals, that's where your dreams are, that's where your expectations are developed, your values, your beliefs, your needs. They're all held there, and you have to learn to understand them, recognise them, develop them, manage them. So that's how the mind works. That's what NLP is all about, really. And that does underpin, along with the self-awareness, most of my services and the course, Mind What Matters, because everything matters about you, and your mind is the key to managing that more effectively and becoming the person you want to be. So I hope that helps. A little bit of insight there. Insights help you to understand, make you feel like there are commonalities. It's not just you, and helps you to give that personal power and develop that personal power to create your own best environment. So any questions, check my blog out, my website, give me a call, book a session. There are lots of options. Thank you for listening. I hope that helps.